Let's play some Cities Skylines 2. First, I'm gonna show the biggest city I built. Here it is. Pretty big. We got high density, then I started building some suburbs, just to see how it will go. I also did a highway around it, just to see how it will go, and then I removed it. The highway is pretty much useless. We have a lot of metro and commuter rail lines. All of them are on the surface, because I like to look at trains go, instead of them being in tunnels. Huge industrial area as well. Can I visualize the lines? Let's see. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at the spaghetti of lines. 600,000 people. People. Here. We got railways in the industrial area. We got so many depots. Very fun. Very laggy. We are going to start a new world now. I like building 10 cities with a lot of public transport and not many cars, but let's see, there's a bunch of challenges we could do. We could either do a very dense city and limit ourselves to not buy any new additional tiles in the beginning, or we could try going for a car suburb without any high density buildings. Let's see. Normal. There's no hard mode, sadly. I would like a hard mode, because this game is quite easy. Normal. Let's see. Hard mode. I guess a hard mode map would be the one with a very low buildable area. I would like to choose this map, but it doesn't have any winter. And I do like winter. But it comes and goes here anyway, so it's like, might as well. Let's choose this nice island map and turn it into a suburban hellscape. Okay, no, I do want winter. Let's go with this mountain village map. It doesn't have much buildable area. Brian Town. We're gonna call this Cherbourg. Natural disasters. Yes. Disable tutorials. Everything else on default. Yep. Let's go. Okay, we'll just take the biggest road we can for now. And we'll make a big grid. It doesn't have to be space efficient. In fact, the whole point of this is for it to not be space efficient. The whole point of this is for it to be horrendously horrible. Stinky. Speaking of stinky, we got coal power plants. What is this windmill? It's so small. But no, we can import electricity for now, I think. Water pump, sewage outlet. You know, just the stuff. The normal stuff. Yeah, for now we'll import electricity. And we need to connect you these pipes. Bam. Bam. And we already leveled up. 4-lane roads. Right, there's a bunch of tiles we can unlock. We start with 9 tiles. Let's see, milestones still the same as before. Advanced road services, yes, and large roads. Oh, not enough development points, okay. I guess we need electricity here as well. Okay, I don't need to record all of this. This is all very basic stuff. Okay, this separate piping is just useless. Much better to just connect the rod. As we did. And we need to remove this. Oh, it's so hard to do it. Okay, now we zone. Let's see. Medium density, who needs that? Low density. There we go. Factories. Alright, there's wind, stinky. We have to make sure the wind doesn't blow the factory stink over the city, because we want it to be horrible, but that would make it too horrible. And it would just not exist in the first place. So we'll need to temper the horribleness of it for now. Alright, let's go. They sure be flowing. Roundabouts. What is this? Communist bullshit. In our car society, there will be no circles. Only squares. Roundabouts first, and what then? Buses? Trains? Hell no. In our freedom society, we pay massive taxes and service fees to make sure the economy doesn't collapse. And also we inhale massive amounts of smoke just to, you know, for a reason, to stay free. Also, we don't have any horses or hospitals. Privatized healthcare? No, we just have no healthcare. It's even better. You don't have to spend money on things if they don't exist. Large roads. We need more lanes. We need more lanes. More lanes means more prosperity. Yippee. Okay, we have this 8-lane divided roads, but they are a pain because you can't do turns in the middle of the road. And of course we want to allow turns in the middle of the road for maximum chaos. 6, 7 lanes, one-way roads, bridges. So many choices. Alright, what are we complaining about? Everything. Except the spacious houses. Well, I will build more spacious houses, so you will complain less. Let's see, 17,000 for electricity import, and we are consuming only 2 megawatts. Okay, this is a joke. We need a power plant of our own. It does not fit anywhere. Amazing city planning. Fixed. We can connect it to the power lines here as well, so we can export some electricity. Ta-da! Oh, the wages, man. The wages just climb, and it's... Why are the wages not included in the upkeep graph? Like, the wages needed to be paid. Wind power is so much cheaper because there's no one needs to work on the wind turbine. This is such nonsense. Wait, what the hell? We export so much of it. Since when is electricity this profitable? They did some rebalancing, it seems. I wonder if you could... I wonder if you could earn a lot of money by just spamming wind turbines and exporting electricity. Then... So weird. I think we need to drop the fees to zero and see what happens. Because I think in the long term is the higher efficiency and happiness of citizens. Like the company efficiency gets a bonus, and because citizens are happier, the companies will also get a bonus from that. Garbage. Oh no. Okay, we do need to put garbage out of the plant, because then it will just stop working. There's limits to how incompetent I can be in this playthrough. If I want to achieve something at least. Alright, we need to expand the area. Let's see what we have here. Garbage, hazardous, processing, speed. I see. Can expand the area. Water, garbage, production. It's barely. This stuff I would need additional space for. I don't see the purpose of it, since it only does 20 tons per month processing speed. While the base stuff is 100 tons already. And this is expensive to build compared to just adding a new garbage dump landfill. Let's see. Spacious homes, low water fees, low electricity fees, bad healthcare, high crime, no school, noise pollution. Oh wow, what the hell? They rebalance stuff because industrial makes so much money. This is insane. What the hell? How? This is way too easy. You can drop the residential taxes to actually subsidize residential and get a big happiness bump. Plus 17 points happiness bump. Look at that. We just offset everything else. And we're still so profitable. This is actually unhinged. And that subsidy will benefit the rest of the city as well, because the efficiency will be increased massively. Yeah, look at that, 125% efficiency. Plus 10 electricity fee, plus 10 water fee, plus 9 employee happiness, minus 4 not enough employees. And the employee happiness is rising every day. So upkeep stays the same, and efficiency rises. And the profit margin escalates exponentially. Look at these guys just running around this dump. So funny. Well, we are kind of out of space. We could expand vertically, but who needs to do that? Still, it's crazy. We only got 3,000 people here. If I did high density, I could get like probably 100,000, maybe more, in this area. Crazy how space inefficient this is. Well, let's buy some more territory. Sure, boop. How much will it be? It costs quite a bit. Wait, what the hell is this tile upkeep? Absolutely. Absolutely insane. 117 per month. It will just drain all our money. let's do it and see where it goes. But yeah, this is expensive to do. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Alright, what do we have? Here, high crime risk. Sure, let's plonk down one tiny police station, see how it fixes stuff. Let's see if it goes down now. I mean, shows green. Number of criminals, 0. Number of crimes, 0. People are just paranoid about crime while nothing is happening. Average suburban behavior. Needed another garbage dump just to keep up with the pollution we have. Alright, taxes. We might need to raise taxes on people instead of subsidizing everything. Yeah, let's do that. But then we would need services and stuff. Spend money on that. Nah, we'll just subsidize you. Huh, turns out you can color the houses now. And set them to all of the type. Interesting. Ta-da! Base house. How many types of house are there? Yup, yup, yup. There we go. Now it's much more vibrant. Can we color industries? We can color shops, we can color industries. Yes, we can color everything. Can you apply a palette to everything, I wonder, at once? I would like to do that, instead of doing it house by house. Can we color roads? No. The city had a little bit too much walkability with its nice street grid. I'm making it worse. The streets are lines, connected only by a highway. Good luck trying to navigate on foot without getting absolutely smashed by a vehicle. Also, the highways are 5 lanes in each direction. Good luck. The wind power is just too profitable. I couldn't pass up the opportunity to replace our coal with it. And now we are actually earning money from power production. Even though our service fee is at 0. Like the exports pay quite a lot. And the nice thing is we can keep expanding the exports as well. For more money. Alright, here's how we build. We have lines of streets and we have highways. And these streets are really underutilized. This is very depressing to look at. 10,000 people, we already took up like, I don't know, quarter of the map? Maybe less, maybe more. Right, I forgot about the very easy way to increase the industrial manufacturing. That is. Let's see, where do we have some area? Farming. Right now, observe. Do we have any space? Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. They are free to place. Bam, 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 bam. Bam. And what do you get? Plus 2% industrial efficiency, plus 2% export profits. And it's free to place as well. So I will just repeat that with other buildings. Types, and then we'll find place to put these industrial buildings in. But yeah, this is very funny. There we go, with just these 4 buildings that we can for free unlock at place. Plus 11% industrial efficiency total. Let's see, network quality minus 5%. I think we need to establish a connection for internet. By the way, I spammed some more wind turbine since they are net profit place. Yeah. We are sure exporting. There's a little bit of noise here. I might need to rezone it later. But overall, that's pretty good. Okay, right, internet. Let's see. If I remember correctly, these telecom towers are the best ones to place because they have high capacity and extremely high range. So they stack up much better because like these server farms, they are more expensive. Their network capacity is slightly bigger, but the range is so much smaller. So these ones are the best. If you need more network capacity, just spam more of them. Bam. There we go. And now people should be happier. Yep, reliable internet service plus 5. And the businesses should also benefit. They don't get a plus bonus. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see an efficiency bonus for internet, but people will be happier. And we don't get a minus, at least. So that's good. Let's see, we still have no healthcare. And no education. No healthcare, no education, no public transport, only low density. I made a separate wind farm just at the edge of the map. Because why not? Because why not? Let's see, we get almost 500,000 per month now from just the wind energy. Pure profit. And almost 1 million of just revenue. Let's see. There's so many signs of things not going well. Things are going well, but people are complaining. Oh, everything is burning down as well. We need some fire stations. I think. Might as well get one hospital and the cemetery. It is a bit boring to build the suburbs. There's this new city house, whatever, mixed use style. It's relatively new. I didn't really try it out before. Let's try replacing some of the shitty blocks with it. From the time when I did try it out, it was like mixed density, but a little bit lower density than usual mixed density. Mixed use. Mixed. Yeah. I also placed some more like schools, blah 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 blah. Schools, entertainment, stadiums, medical thingies and stuff. Let's see how these shacks will look. I have converted some of the roads that no houses are attached to highways, because why the hell not? We are making an unhinged car-dominated city. So why not? It's this kind of buildings. Huh. Interesting. So you can fit so many residents in them. Compared to these ones, which is like 4, 3, 1, 3, 2. This one. 45. 24. 20. 32. 80. It's crazy how suburbs are just such a inefficient use of space. And these are just small houses. Little tiny houses. With a skyscraper you can get hundreds of people in the same footprint as one of these. Thingies. Interesting. Let's try the medium density houses. I want to see how they look. The row houses. Okay, here's the row housing. Here's what is it? Low rent housing. I really like this low rent housing stuff. I don't know. Maybe because I grew up in one, but maybe not. Just the pure raw efficiency of it is quite nice, I think. Especially if you paint them nice colors, they will look much nicer than if they are just gray. So yeah, that's quite nice. A lot of images in like the of Soviet era constructions of these blocks portray them very depressingly, because they are taken at like very cloudy skies, everything is gray, and the blocks are pretty gray and unmaintained as well. But if the weather is nice and if the blocks are well maintained, then they are still very much technologically relevant to the modern day. Especially since their construction was pretty modular. So we already have ways to just factory produce housing modularly, cheaply, and build it. We have the technology, we had it for 50 years. All we need is political will. Instead of going through like 10 layers of contractors. There needs to be one company that just does everything. Does it continuously. To keep the expertise inside. We have the technology, we need the politics. What they proceed with building? There's a compromise. I want to build high density, but the game will start lagging. But I don't really want to expand the city at this point, so we might as well densify it. Let's replace some of this with just mixed housing, medium density. This is pretty nice. It is a bit too fenced off for my liking. Could be much better if there weren't fences around. I mean, there's no fences here, so that's pretty nice. You know, in general, I'm not a fan of like, backyards and stuff, courtyards, where it's just locked off to the residents of the people who live inside the building. More spaces in the city should be shared. If I may go back to the childhood and how stuff was done. In my case, in Ukraine, which experienced all the Soviet stuff. We had the suburbs, but we also had interesting things called dachas. It's like, it's far away from the city, in the forest, and there's no infrastructure there. Mud roads, you pump the water yourself. You dump the water yourself. There's some basic electricity and internet. A small grocery store. And also there's a bus connection to the commuter rail station, so you could get there without like, a car if you wanted to. So it was pretty nice. You get the low density. Oh, and they also had so much space there, like, it's not just suburban stuff, like you had a house, and then you had massive just garden backyard. So that's one option. You have your city, super dense, super practical, super efficient for actual working, and then you have your dachas as a summer retreat that do not consume the city's resources by having paved roads and all the pipes and infrastructure that still need maintaining. There's no maintenance, just basic stuff. And then you build whatever. You build your house, you get your farm. It's pretty interesting solution. I mean, we do have the... Yeah, we have gravel roads in here. We have gravel roads in here. We could make a rural area. Because this stuff just looks... this looks nasty and boring. And there's no traffic on these big roads as well. If it's just suburbs, like... To get the insane traffic you would get in real life, you would need kilometers upon kilometers of just suburban sprawl. It's hard to get this in the game. Everything is so white in the winter, it's hard to see. Probably because I'm running on the lowest graphics as well, so there's no shading. Something interesting I noticed about these old town buildings, they don't take up the whole depth of the grid. They only take up, what is it, 4 tiles? I think it's like 6 tiles deep from a road maximum. Some of these even take like only 3 tiles deep. Let's see, do we have any empty spots? No, we don't. Oh, but we do have a lot of money while I just talked and said and did nothing. And hey, we have castle ruins here. Let's try making this area into a little bit of an old town. Let's see. Need to get the connections going here. And we'll need to switch the grid here. It wouldn't really be an old town, it would be a new old town, because the old towns didn't really do the grid thingy. They did the wacky organic growth. You know, it's actually interesting, if you look at the center of the London, which retained its grid, or the lack of it, system from when it was old, I assume. That is, I assume, I did not check the history. Maybe it's a new completely thing, but it's very interesting to see skyscrapers being built there on just the lack of grid. So weird. Yeah, I need to show it. Let's see. Google Maps. Wait, I have Google Earth on my PC installed. Let's see. Google Earth Pro still has the user interface that is super old. Let's see, do I have an account here or is it not? Because if there's no account, then there's no way I will dox myself. Not something that would be life ruining, because everyone already knows where everyone lives in Sweden. Okay, let's see. We do this. Yep, the UI doesn't seem to be showing anything compromising. There, London. Look at this. Skyscrapers on a wacky organic thing. By the way, I really like the 3D view the Google Maps have. It's for some cities. It's very cool. But yeah, this is very interesting to look at. That's another thing we could do. Instead of gridding it out, we could just do wacky organic layouts. I did that before, when I did not record. I experimented with quite a bunch of city layouts just to see how they would look. Definitely would be faster than doing this. Alright, I also miscalculated. That's not how if you want to get 4 tiles or on each side, or 8 tiles total, you want to do it like this. And look at that. We can do more efficient suburbs. If we limit the size, they can spread themselves over, I think. Right? Am I right? Yeah, like, usually the house will spread itself all over the place. It can be really big. But if you make it smaller grid, like, we can get 2x2 tiles. Look at this. Literal shack. Interesting. This is a much better suburban way to build. Because you get a lot less money spent for the same amount of housing built compared to whatever the hell this is. And I bet living in them is more comfortable because it's you don't live by a freaking big stinky road that heats up like crazy in the sun. Like, it must be hell living here. No one benefits from this. Not the city, not the people who live in it. Okay, there, I found how you can do it if you want to be precise about this. Just zone it minimum amount at a time. And it will start construction on that amount. Look at these tiny houses. This is much nicer to live in than whatever the hell this is. Like, look at this massive backyard. So much wasted space. And in the front there's a massive road. Like, there's no social contact here. It's hard to reach anyone. Here, your backyard is a little bit smaller. It's still plenty. But you can actually walk around the place. And even if the backyard is much bigger, then it's still much nicer. I like how they connect with each other. There's fountains here as well. Pretty fancy. I wonder... there's no demand for it right now, so won't get built. The high density stuff. You already have it here. Some two-tile housing of old town and just mixed. Neat. Very, very neat. Yeah, that's one thing you get if you just randomly mishmash the grid around the place. You will get all sizes of buildings that can be built, because there will be small corners and stuff. Because if you just build big streets, big blocks, you will just get the big stuff. I have bulldozed the city block. Let's now switch to this. And it's time to go to work. Let's do some very weird road layouts all over the place. Bam, 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 bam. Having this also makes it a lot more interesting to play, because your city will not just be the same boring grid in every spot. We'll do one more here. We'll need some more connectivity here. A little bit more here. Here. Could get one more line through here, perhaps. I think that's pretty good. Now we fill it with... Let's go for old style. Bam. And let's see, we have landscaping tools. Trees. Do we have trees? Trees, vegetation. Alder, poplar. Let's go with alder. Place multiple. Bigger brush size. H. It's quite big. Right, let's see what happens. Oh, it even shows where they will place. That's pretty nice. Bam. Alright, there we go. Nice and treed up. Let's see what will happen. How it will look with the housing in place. Okay, I tinkered with some settings a bit. They're still very low. I just enabled shadows, fog, and clouds. It should look a little bit nicer now, I think. And I think there shouldn't be that much of a performance impact. Okay, but yeah, look at how nice this is. Pretty nice. Have we got the camera mode? Yes, we do. Okay. Can I hide UI? Yes, I can. This is very chill. Now let's go outside. Oh god. Yeah, the roads here are medium, so it's not that bad yet, but it already is pretty bad. Why is there so many people here? Oh, this is the shopping district, that's why. Okay, there we go, the big roads. Oh my god. No, this is nasty. I like the wind turbines in the distance. But yeah, this is pretty nice, except the part where navigating it will be a little bit difficult. With the current weird road layout. But overall, it is very nice. Let's see, I want to try another thing. Okay, I have slapped together this hidden city district out of the alley roads, but it does feel a little bit off. I think the pedestrian streets would work better. They are wider. But I think that's what you would need in a high-density district, because building these buildings with these narrow gaps between them, I think it would be hard to, like, building maintenance, fire rescue. This would not get approved in real life. Because this is somewhat realistic, like, you don't need that much space to build this, I don't think. And this feels a little bit wrong. There's quite a bit of traffic here. Even if there were no, like, personal cars, there would still be heavy transport, maintenance, and construction vehicles. And there's very little place for people to walk. What I did here is I made a bunch of curvy lines from one side of the square to the next. The result is kind of a central plaza area in the middle. And then we got housing around it. Again, adding trees everywhere helps a lot. Yeah, this is too boring. This grid here. This one I like. Here's the contrast of, like, the central big area. Also helps that it's pedestrian. So there's less traffic here. Big central area, you can see everywhere from here. And you can navigate everywhere from here. Definitely an interesting neighborhood. I removed the trees. Also, I did this thing here. This looks very barren. There's so much empty space. I wonder if we can paint the terrain. I think we can. Surfaces, yes. Tiles surface. Create area. Let's see. From here to here to here. And complete. No, my buildings, what the hell? Why did they all get demolished? That's so stupid. That's very stupid. Why do they get demolished when you change the material? Weird. I wonder if there's any other fancy props we can add instead of trees. There's bicycle infrastructure, rocks. Makeshift tent. We could get a homeless epidemic if you want in our city. Debris. Broken pile rubble. Trash pile. Let's see, trash pile. Yeah. I guess it's very stupid. Let's remove it all. Right click, and that should clean it all up. Rock? What are these? Stone monument. Stonehenge. Castle ruins, cairn. Stone head. Oh, there's a bunch of rocks here now. Weird. Very weird. You can't put... Oh, it's very small actually, this bicycle path. And then seamlessly connect nearby stuff. It's pretty cool. Pathway. White pathway. Interesting. Very interesting. I wonder if we could... I wonder if we could have a first street grid for buildings, and then we connect it with this decorative but functional people walkways. That way we can make it out of alleyways, but still have plenty of place for people to walk around. And that would be very compact as well. Have to try that. The population density is very interesting to look at. There is no one living in the suburbs, comparative to even these small spots of middle density and the few high density apartments. Like, look at the 380 residents in this tower. 380. It's a massive space of low density, just all compressed into a single tower. Amazing. Try the different thing. We got these alleyways, and then on a different grid we got bike and walking stuff. I guess it's kinda interesting. The benefit over not just having it on the roads is that I guess... Oh, there are street racers outside. Anyway, the benefit I guess is that... Well, you don't really interact with the roads, except the crosswalks. Those are the only interactions. Like, you can navigate the city. Just footpath. All the heavy traffic is left over here. But I think these roads are just... Like, you need sidewalks. I think we need sidewalks. There's not really that much point to increase the density super duper high, because these buildings are already so efficient, and the game will start lagging way before we run out of space. So we just need to... They're going crazy over there. Again, I'm not a really big fan of just purely these pedestrian streets, because I don't know, something feels weird about mixing pedestrian and heavy construction and delivery traffic on a single level. Like, I think there needs to be a little bit more separation. I mean, yeah, isn't like separation is the thing that keeps stuff safe. It's like bike lanes and stuff. Protected bike lanes. You can slow down traffic as much as you want, but in the end, it is still multi-ton vehicle with some blind spots. So just make sure people don't drive personal cars all over the place. And make it safe for the big delivery vehicles to drive around. Because they are the ones that are actually needed. You can take a bicycle or a train instead of a car, but you can transport goods for the last mile, especially a big amount of construction goods. You won't have a train to every house. And you won't be transforming steel oils by a bicycle. The choices are limited. I mean, the cargo trams are an option, but then still you probably won't want to mix it too much. You would want to have a lane for it. Because then you would assume that every person would have perfect awareness of the road and the vehicles that are oncoming, and that is very annoying to... That is not very realistic to expect. Especially nowadays, where a lot of people just walk around with headphones. Me included, sometimes. I try not to do it nowadays, but I do it sometimes. So I think I would not be comfortable walking on the same road where there may potentially be a tram or a car behind me. I would need a sidewalk. Alright. I have demolished the suburbs. As you can see, our population has not taken a hit at all. Everyone just moved into the skyscrapers. Here's a similar but slightly new layout. We have proper roads in a grid, and then we have another grid for just bikes and people. So there's still place for bikes and people on the normal roads, but there's space dedicated for people and bicycles only on a different grid. A public backyard of sorts. I think that's quite interesting. Okay, I'm gonna show you another funny thing. The attractiveness nuclear bomb. They just came up with the name. Basically, you take a semi-train, you just spam mausoleums. And you will see what happens. You could spam even more, like you can see the area in which you could place them. They don't cost that much. 10,000 per placement. Okay, I'm out of convenient spots. If you want to maximize this, you would want to build the road system around it. 411 attractiveness. Absolutely insane. You can also spam these temples. Plus 2 well-being within 300 meters doesn't seem that useful. Let's see. Tourism. Oh, this is crazy. Okay, let's see. How much space would we need? Quite a bit. I think we can repurpose this spot for it. Alright, I built another street grid here with medium roads this time. So that they can be bus lane and probably tram lane as well later on. Tram tracked. They do have signal traffic lights here, unlike the small roads, so they make it a little bit less convenient to navigate the city, I guess. Very organized, very planned. I'm sure I could jam some more mausoleums if I did it a bit better, but the attractiveness is at over 1000 right now. The upkeep is almost 500,000 per month. The city attractiveness is at 100%. This is very funny. Yes, we need a comparison, right? Let's see, tourist attractions. 40, 50, 75, 85 attractiveness. Yeah. Meanwhile, 1100. Under parking, there's also bicycle parking areas now. Maybe if we slather them around the city, it will make more citizens use bicycles, because I didn't see that many of them on the bicycles right now. Let's see if this changes things around. Bicycles everywhere. And this is very cheap as well. Just shelters everywhere. Alright, let's see if anything has changed now. Right, let me spam them here as well. I guess you can't put them on the pedestrian streets. Interesting. Well. Bicycle shelter. We gonna get bicycling or not? I like how XP is still going up. Will it stop? Not seeing anyone on the bicycles yet, for some reason. Strange. Let's plunk down this super duper cool one. See if that will change anything. There we go. Now it stopped. There are some policies, maybe services, parking. No, there's no parking fee here, and none of them are here as well. Yeah. Parking fee at none. Yeah, no one is parking. Maybe we need to wait. Maybe people need to purchase the bicycles first. Interesting that there's no traffic in the city as well. Let's see, can we... What if we slap down a car parking? I want to see what will happen. Underground parking building. Here's a decent spot. And we can slap down one near the highway entrance, perhaps. Or exit. And move you here. Parking fee, we don't need it. I just want to see what happens. Oh, someone is parking in here. Yep. And motorbikes as well. Parking in there. Let's see what will happen if you put the bicycle garage nearby the car garage. Oh, bicyclist. Yippee! It's strange, I just don't see people navigating at all. Like, they don't use cars, they don't use bicycles, do they just walk to their factory jobs? They actually just might be. Oh, is it because there's no bicycle path in this place? Maybe we need to bicycle it up. Is there like bicycles? Traffic volume? Oh, says high volume here. Bicycles. Oh yeah. No, the people are cycling on the road as well. Interesting. Well, we'll bike lane everything we can as well. Because why not? It will take a while. I wish there was a way to just select an area and just bike lane the whole city. I have no idea why this isn't in the game. Maybe they will add it. Okay, I can keep expanding, click bulldoze this area and expand the city blocks over. Also, we need to probably start getting some commuter rail and public transport in general. Since we are doing this seriously now and not a suburban hell. Overall, pretty good. People are very happy. The main thing we need to fix is the freaking traffic on the highway. Now we do it not by expanding the highway, but by getting a railway connection to the city and then just demolishing the entirety of the highway. That will fix it completely. Look at the wind turbines. Alright, goodbye.